Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for attending this presentation. It's my pleasure to present to you Sonoclear. The key words of this talk would be ultrasound, image quality, and also brain tumor surgery. So very quickly about the company. It's stemming from University of Trondheim, Norway, and SINTEF, the research organization, also the Norwegian University of Technology in Trondheim. Surgeons and engineers working over 2 decades to see how to utilize ultrasound in different types of surgery. So the company is a spin-off from this research environment. So the disease in question here, the disease to treat is a brain tumor. It's an increasing incidence globally. It is a serious disease. There are reported 227,000 deaths in 2016. This is our data from Lancet. And for example, approximately 700,000 people in the States are living today with a primary brain tumor. So by the nature of the disease, it's important to try to do everything that is possible in order to remove this tumor from the brain. So on the left, you just see an animation of a brain tumor, and on the right, you see a pre-operative MR image. And the principal treatment of this is surgery, and you combine it with radiation and chemical therapy. And sorry. And when you remove such a body from the brain collapses. It's due to the plasticity of the brain. It's called brain shift on that language, but that means that you would need intraoperative imaging to guide the resection of the tumor. When you are taking away some parts, the X, Y, Z coordinates, they change, so you would need new images all along the surgery. And for that purpose, ultrasound is frequently used. So the problem or the challenge that we will try to solve is that when you have a resection cavity here, today to take an ultrasound image of that area, you would need to fill that resection cavity with some coupling. And today the physicians are using salt water or saline or ringer solution. And due to the acoustic properties of saline, the sound just pass very quickly and bounce back. So you have that enhancement artifacts or the hyper echo that you would see in the bottom of the cavity. And that may mask tumor, or at least it will mask significant anatomical structures. So it's difficult to interpret. That is the well-known problem with using ultrasound in neurosurgery today. So the invention from the university hospital and the research environment is to produce something to have in that cavity that resembles a normal brain tissue, and that is what this product is. It is an acoustic coupling fluid that has the same acoustic properties as normal brain tissue. So for an ultrasound wave, it passes through the acoustic coupling fluid the same way as it passes through normal brain tissue, hence being able to depict the abnormalities, that is the cancer tissue. So these are pairs from our first clinical study. These are glioma patients, published results. With salt water, you would see hyper echo, very difficult to interpret this image. Here you have the product, the Sonoclear acoustic coupling fluid, and you can clearly, at least if you are experienced, you can clearly see the tumor remnants. Also, on the other hand, you can also verify that when you have done the resection, you would only have normal tissue left, and both are equally important. You would like to remove as much as possible, but you wouldn't like to remove healthy tissue. And this is the product. It's a pre-filled syringe with a coupling fluid inside. It's a fatty emulsion. ready to use in the OR. It's a sterile product. So this is just a short video showing or animation showing how it works. It's simple. So you fill up the resection cavity with this fluid. You would do the imaging. You will remove it by a normal suction and rinse it with irrigation fluid. And this only takes a couple of minutes. And then you interpret the results. If you have still tumor, you would continue the surgery. And if no residual tumor is present, you can try to finish the operation. So that is the whole point of this, is to have clear vision of the tumor borders, that meaning vital clinical decision support. And why is this important? It is important because the association between a gross total resection of the tumor, meaning 99%, almost everything, is significantly associated with longer life and better quality of life. So it wouldn't help to just remove a bit, you would need to remove it all. That is the primary goal of this surgery. So this is the team working on that. It's a compact, however highly qualified team. So the inventors are present in the company, and our medical advisor, Professor Geir Mundsgaard, is one of the key opinion leaders in this area. So he would, together with his neurosurgeon colleagues, also be the main promoter of this technology. So we surround ourselves with a lot of different partners to help this go forward, both in terms of research and manufacturing and also regulatory process. So these handsome gentlemen, they are our board and representing then our owners, which are institutional owners in Europe and Norway. So what we want to do with this company, we would like to improve the value and the competitiveness of intraoperative imaging companies. That is on the one hand. And on the other hand, we would like, in our capacity as experts in this area, would like to promote this by education and training. So we are spending a lot of time with physicians to educate and to learn neurosurgery using ultrasound. So this is the technology available for a surgeon. You have the CT scanner, the MRI scanner, intraoperative ultrasound, and also fluorescence. And all of these technologies are not necessarily competing, but they are part of the toolbox for the physician. So the overall goal, again, is to try to remove as much tumor as possible, and then you will utilize the technology which is available. But however, there seems to be a trend in favor of ultrasound because of the many advantages. It's very easy to use, it's cost effective, and there is report on a shift from intraoperative MR to ultrasound in the US, and also that this shift is technology driven. So not only cost, but also because of the quality. And there are an increase in number of publications within this area. So a quote here from one of our pilot customers: within 10 years, every neurosurgical OR will have intraoperative ultrasound. So we are not trying to talk against other technologies, but we think this is a modality that is really a good, high quality and cost-effective modality. And testing our concept to neurosurgeons, we find very encouraging feedback. Starting with number 2, impactful clinical benefits, that it will remove the artifacts and hence help to remove residual tumor. It will have a positive operational and financial benefits because of the cost efficiency of it all. And the next is a strong interest then in also advancing the technology itself, ultrasound. So the results indicates there are strong evidence to suggest that the concept can be disruptive in the market, and that's what we are hoping to provide impactful clinical benefits. It's a patented technology, patents all over the world, and the regulatory process is complex for all medical technology companies, but we are aiming to have it cleared in the US first quarter next year by the 510K process, and then also the CE mark MDR process. And then we'll look forward to other regions, but the USA is the first one. So the market is big. It's many 100,000 surgeries performed annually, and the segment is the intraoperative ultrasound. So what we have as a goal is to increase both the usage of the technology and hence also the usage of the product. So what we think would be the maximizing the company value is to try to work according to a strategy to end up with adaptation of new protocols of imaging, and that is to see how this could fit into an optimal way of treating these patients. The technology can also be used for other applications because the fluid is now targeted at brain tissue, but it can also be targeted to other types of organs specifically. And we are doing a qualification project to see if we can use this in open heart surgery as well. So the major reason for being here is to present the company, but also to let you know that we are not aiming to build this as an organic big company, but we would like to partner up with companies that have the muscles to have this marketed globally. It's a niche market, but it's a global market, and we need the muscles to get out there, and that is part of the reason being here, to try to plant some seeds, to see if we can have some value adding to medical technology companies. So major inflection point would be the US market clearance, and also the second clinical trial completed that is being conducted this year in Europe, and then also the ISO certification and the CE mark as major points. So we are looking for we are financing with existing funders the next processes, which will lead us hopefully then to the regulatory approval in the US. But then also it will take a lot of effort, of course, to have this established in the market, and also do post-marketing clinical trials to collect data. So we are in preparation also for the Series A funding in approximately 1 year. So that would be all. Thank you for paying attention. Thank you very much.